Alright, full disclosure, I don't have a script for this video. I'm flying off the seat of my pants. I wanted to get this done extremely fast, which is why this video is absolute garbage. Uh, anyways, they just added more automatons to the game, which I've been saying they should do for a while, and they're called the Incineration Core, and they're crazy. Um, basically, these guys are real shit. Not like as in they're bad, as in they're really good. D10 for me was not challenging for a long time, but now it's like finally it feels really challenging. They're good. Now, full disclosure, if you fight them, you are going to be spending half of your game on fire. But honestly, that's just how the cookie crumbles. I don't know what to tell you. So they have like a few extra units, these guys, and one of the most common one I see is the Conflagration Devastator. Well, I mean, like, they also reskinned every unit in the game for some reason, except for the tanks and striders, into looking white, like the freaking Death Company of the Dark Angels. Um, they have Conflagration Devastator, which I don't know how to pronounce if I'm going to be honest. I think that's a conflagration. What's the definition of that word? An extensive fire which destroys a great deal of land and property. Anyways, so the conflagration devastator. It's like a heavy devastator and a regular devastator had a baby, and then that baby for some reason was like the pyro from Team Fortress 2. It's got a giant shield, but it doesn't have the giant gun that a heavy devastator has, even though on the wiki it's listed as a variant of the heavy devastator. Okay, but basically, instead of having a laser cannon, it has a fire laser shotgun, which is the coolest thing to ever happen. I mean, automatons aren't cool. They're socialists. They're enemies of Super Earth. Uh, they're really difficult, honestly, because they actually have like shockingly long range. Um, they're slow, but they will shoot you, obviously, and they do a lot of damage. They can one-shot you in heavy armor if you're close enough. Um, yeah, Conflagration Devastators have the same weakness as regular Devastators. They have a skull, so just shoot them in the head. And they specialize in close range combat. Hulk Firebombers. Okay, so there can be like Hulk Bruiser Firebombers and Hulk Scorcher Firebombers. You know, it doesn't really matter. Basically, they duct taped a mortar to the back of a Hulk, and that mortar shoots napalm. It's really awesome. I love the Conflagration Core for so many reasons, but this is one of them. Essentially, they're kind of the only real long range, put that in quotation marks, long range units used by these guys. But, like, they're really dangerous. They can't one shot you, but they can set you on fire extremely easily. Every single unit here can set you on fire extremely easily. They'll fire incendiary grenades out of their butts at you. It's crazy. They just blow everything up. And they don't have that much range though, so their main weakness is kind of just like staying away from them. We also got the Incendiary MG Devastator. This is another heavy devastator. It's literally the heavy devastator, but fire bullets. Coolest shit ever. But really, it's kind of basic. I didn't even notice it existed for a long while. I thought it was just a regular reskinned heavy devastator. Um, it's the same. It just like shoots like slightly better bullets, I guess. It fires slower, which is like weird because it's like the thing everybody talks about with heavy devastators. Big shield, lots of fire rate. But it can shoot fire and set you on fire. Uh, oh, and by the way, if you're on fire, you should either stim or dive. And then there's the pyro trooper. This thing sucks. this is this is maybe as bad as like the trooper or the rocket trooper. It just runs straight at you, and within 25 meters, it looks at you for 5 seconds, looks at you for another 5 seconds, and then starts shooting you when it has like no range. Genuinely, just shoot them. They are no threat. Okay, so tactics. You need to learn how to kill these things. Uh, you fight the Hulks like you fight any other Hulk. You just need to occasionally dive. Diving is your best friend fighting these guys. So when you see a Hulk shoot off its, I don't know, napalm farts or something. I'm making a butt joke here because I'm a really funny guy. Uh, when you see it shoot off its mortar shells, dive, get out of the way. When you see a pyro trooper getting really close to you, you have a lot of time to just dive, get out of the way. When you see frickin' anything coming at you, just dive out of the way. Just dive out of the way. Yeah, dive out of the way. Apart from that, all my advice on killing them, you can just watch like our Guide to Scrapping Communists Remastered. That's got a lot of information. Since everything that's been added is a variation of another thing that's already in the game, so like generally you can see it's worth noting while you're fighting the incineration core, you're not just fighting the incineration core, you're also fighting like every other automaton in the game pretty much. It's just that they're all reskinned to be white, like gentrification, I guess, and they all spawn alongside these guys. Weapons. Literally, like, because they're all variations, you can use any weapon that you can use on normal automatons to kill these guys. And, yeah, that's about it. I really wanted to get a video out about these guys, so this is an 8-minute schizo rant with no script about, man, what the hell even are these things? I still don't get it. Also, some other changes. The update apparently introduced, like, Hulk spawners. I haven't seen one. I don't know, like, I've never heard of these, and I don't know if they're real. But, like, I don't know. And also, they changed the barrager tank. Listen, the barrager tank used to be so garbage because you could just shoot it with anything, and now you can only shoot it with some things. I mean, like, I just mag dump it with a senator and it still dies because Arrowhead is really good at game balance. But, yeah, that's the thing. Also, they buffed the tenderizer. Let's go!